I cannot believe how many people do not know this. Building codes are not passed by the government. They are forced upon you by a private organization. The government literally pays for the codes. But wait, it gets way, way crazier. Go ahead, try to print out the building codes. Go ahead and print out the building codes. It's illegal. It's actually illegal to print out the building codes. Even though laws are owned by the people, the US government has actually ruled that building codes don't fall into that, so they don't have to provide you with the building codes. They have a read-only website where you can open up one page at a time by PDF. If you print it out, it's illegal. They don't let you search, they don't let you make best practices, they don't let you do anything. They own the codes. And when they change a code, all the cities just abide by it. They actually force the cities. The cities never vote on these codes. The cities never like, hey, that's a good idea, let's adopt that. No, the IBC is forced upon the cities. A private organization literally forces these codes on you. Building codes are not like the Federal Aviation Administration, that when there is an accident, they go and they study and they say, how can we make this safer? That is not done in building codes. And in fact, it even gets crazier. So how are building codes decided? Well, there's really no rhyme or reason to it. So let's say the largest fire alarm company gives millions of dollars to the code people, the IBC, and says, you know what? I think we should make it so all fire alarms should talk to each other. However, I think that should be able to be proprietary. Meaning that it's not like Wi-Fi, every computer can talk to Wi-Fi. No, if your fire alarm can only talk to your fire alarms. So the largest fire alarm maker can be like, so if anyone ever wants to upgrade a fire alarm, if they want the new, better, safer technology, they can't get it unless they stick with us. Because if they change over to the newer, safer fire alarm technology, well, now they have to switch out every single one in the building. So what was a $70 job is now a $7,000, $70,000, $700,000 job. So you know what you do? You stick with the old guys. That wasn't about safety. That was about nothing. That was about them like, hey, good idea. We should have fire alarms talk to each other. Did we forget? Did we forget something? Oh, I guess not. We can trust the fire alarm companies. That happens again and again and again and again. And that's why we've gotten to this point where so many codes actually make buildings more dangerous, more expensive. The IBC this week decided to ban windowless bedrooms. If you want a bedroom with windows, you can have a bedroom with windows, but what about people who don't? Or, you know, that little extra room in your house that you like to use as an office because it doesn't have windows, it's in the corner. The majority of parents prefer a baby room without windows. People don't have the money. When I first moved to LA, I got a windowless room. It was way, way cheaper. Now I spend thousands of dollars to turn my really nice master bedroom into a windowless room, because I sleep way better in the dark. And people say, oh, yo, everyone should have windows, everyone should have windows. It doesn't work that way. Why are you banning this? Why are you banning windowless bedrooms? Why is that up to you? And if you think it's a safety issue, no, it doesn't change any of the safety aspects. You still have to have the same egress, the same ventilation, the same everything. It's just a matter of preference. Why is that a code? Why does someone's preference become a code that is not voted on by any city and then becomes the law of the land? And if you want to print it out, you can't. Because you don't own it, they own it. Congress made a law to say that's the only law in the world that you don't own, that you're not allowed to print out and study. Any other law, lawyers can print it out, like, here's best practices, here's how you obey the law. Can't do that with building codes, believe it or not, you don't own them. Building codes are not voted on by the government. They're not democratic, they are private. They are privately owned. It's absolutely insane. And then the governments pay them for the codes. So whatever you thought about building codes, whatever you thought about building and why the buildings look like they do, it actually has nothing to do with government. This is not democratic. This is a bunch of idiots not knowing what they're doing, so they just buy the codes from the IBC. I think it's actually called the ICC, but the IBC is the name of the code, the International Building Code. Only used in 3 countries, by the way. So I cannot say this enough. Codes are not democratic. They are not voted on by anything. They have no meaning. They are literally manipulated in every way you can possibly imagine, and they're making our cities worse. They're making our buildings worse. Again, the fact that you can't print them out, you're not allowed to legally print out the building codes, the IBC, that's all you need to know. That's really all you need to know.